When writing supporting characters, be wary of the fact that you may start to revert to stereotyping them. While sufficient thought goes into making your protagonist unique and unforgettable, this often does not extend to the other characters. But my suggestion is that you take your supporting characters as seriously as you take the main one. Invest the same amount of time in making sure that they are real too. Give them a distinctive voice or a defining trait. Make sure they don't run the risk of becoming a cardboard cutout placed there for the lead protagonist's benefit. Make sure that they make sense not only as a background character, but when they get in the limelight too, because they too might have their own subplot. Additionally, make sure that these characters make sense not only in the context of your plot, but as realistic relationships or interactions that your main character may have with them. This establishes a support system for your character, and a character with friends is always going to be more believable than a character who achieves everything on his own. So what is their backstory? Just like the video on word building helped you create a focus for the kind of society and setting you want to place your character in, your characters themselves need to have some kind of background in order for them to appear realistic. Your characters can't simply exist within the temporal space of your novel. Things must have happened to them before. They have their own stories. A history of their identity is important. You can shape this backstory for your character in order for them to sound like they belong in your novel, and they arrive there in a logical way. With the interweaving between this and the setting, you will be able to create a character that does not sound like they have just dropped in from the sky. What conflicts will these characters have? Yes, an external conflict situation often prompts your characters towards the kind of action they need to take to move your story forward. But that's not necessarily the only form of conflict that is present in your novel. Your characters themselves are supposed to read like real people. And because they are real within your fictional world, you want to make sure they have internal conflicts. This humanizes them and makes them more than two-dimensional cardboard cutouts. This gives your reader a reason to want to invest some time into these characters and find out what happens to them. Some common internal conflicts include what the character wants to do and what needs to be done, or the dilemma of personal principles over a matter of social expectations. Give your characters the space to battle out these conflicts that they hold within themselves. Present them with situations where you want to show your readers how your character would react. This helps to test your character's moral compass by creating situations where various aspects of it are checked and challenged. Another way to do it is by creating an impossible situation for your character and then asking yourself, what would my character do now? This helps you further flesh out the character's nature, while also informing the narrative by moving the story forward. In addition to these questions, there is one plot device that is crucial for you to establish not just the pace of the story, but how your characters interact with the story space around them. This plot device is rhythm. Rhythm affects your characters. How much your rhythm can affect your characters depends on the perspective you choose to adopt, but it does have a significant impact regardless. Rhythm is as crucial to telling your character's story as it is in a screenplay. Think about it in this way. If you were watching a play or a movie, and each character moved and behaved sluggishly and slowly, it wouldn't seem right to you. Similarly, you want to be able to channel a rhythm for each character that is their own, as this sets the tone for how they experience their emotions. It also shows how their internal thoughts flow, and it's also reflected in the way that they employ dialogue.